Welcome back to this one time again. We're here with the G Funkadelic. Say hello, G.
Hello, I'm there. What's up, Big D?
There it is. All day, every day. This is our fifth installment of this wonderful show we call the 50 Shades of Beer podcast. What do you think about that?
Oh, I'm loving it all day, every day.
This is like a McDonald's commercial where you're loving it. And you know what? We weren't even paid to drop their little plug right there. So Merry Christmas.
Yeah, unless they want to join us, and be a sponsor.
Show it with some Big Macs. That's all, some extra. Just don't put any special sauce on it, okay? Nobody likes a special sauce.
Well, to be true now, I'm gonna unlock my. It's a boring beer. It's just a Bud Light. But here it goes. Hear it?
Oh, I hear it.
There it is. All right.
Music to my ears.
I'd say it's a Cavassier, like the ladies' man, but it's not. It's just Budweiser. Okay?
Well, I'm a creature of habit, and I am digging back into the same 12-pack that I started a couple episodes ago. You hear that? There it is.
I like that.
It's my Blue Moon. You know what I mean?
That's a good clutch beer. It is.
It is. This is the last one, by the way.
Oh, no.
You hear that? Listen to that. So refreshing. So refreshing. This is the 50 Shades of Beer podcast. You know why we call it the 50 Shades of Beer, right? We call it that because, like opinions, beer has many different shades. Would you agree with that?
I affirm that.
So, a billion different types of beer, a billion different types of opinions, and, well, we try to give everyone but the BS one here, right?
That's correct.
All right. Well, here's what we got for you today there, G-Man. We're going to talk about, we got our three segments, as you know. We do three segments, and then we do a couple of commercials in between so we can feed the baby mama and all that kind of stuff. So today we're going to talk about the Artemis 2. And the issues that they're having, because stuff happens. We're going to talk about a little bit of their malfunction. Did you know about the malfunction?
I had heard about a heat shield, but I was hoping you could fill in the details.
Might have been a different spacecraft, but we'll get to it. We'll get to the bottom of it, and we'll figure out what happened and if ET is to blame, because I think that bastard did something. Because every time, he has women over, his neck gets longer.
Problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly.
Stop phone.
Exactly. So after that, we're going to get into the bathhouses. Now, have you heard about the bathhouses in Minnesota?
Oh, fill me in. What happened?
Well, it's not about, maybe it is about filling in. So there's these adult bathhouses that are under question. And we're going to get to the bottom of that, like literally that those people have been doing. They're popping up all over, no pun intended, in Minnesota, these bathhouses. This is not your regular type of bathhouse, but we'll cover that later on. And Yep. And then we're going to finish off with odds and ends. Now, these are things, that we need to discuss, a couple, low-hanging fruit things. And we've got your assignment, the things men shouldn't do. You got that covered for me, right, G-Man?
I've actually got my 10 things men should never do, and I've got it on the standby.
Got it on. Oh, so you have to stand by there, our audience, and you're going to have to wait for that one because that one's a special treat from the Funkadelic.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about the meltdown that the Democrats, unfortunately, are having about the issue with Iran. Some of them might not be as happy as others. And we're going to have to figure out how we can, maybe come up with ideas to console them, to make them happy and maybe give them a podcast hug. I don't know how you do that, but
pep talk.
Yeah, a little pep talk. We got to make the Democrats feel better, right? After all, it is about feelings.
Yes, it is.
And then we'll wrap the night off with the overboard Bahama lady. Some say she went for a swim. Some say her husband drowned the bitch. But we're going to figure out what happened.
Well, I think she might have been getting in the way. Could have been.
I think she knew too much.
Yeah, she might have.
Right. There was mayonnaise when it was supposed to be ketchup. Who knows? There's
a foreign actor in there somewhere.
Right.
That's right.
With being in the ocean, did a sea snake get in the way?
Could have been.
Well, we'll figure out what that was, and maybe there's some special sauce in that story, too. But we're going to get to the bottom of it. But so, as we mentioned, the first topic up for the discussion tonight there, Funkadelic, we're going to talk about Artemis 2. Now, you know about our Artemis 2, right?
I do.
All right. Tell me what you know about it.
Well, what we have actually, this is the first time the humans have traveled the furthest away from Earth ever. And they've been on the dark side of the moon.
Let's talk about that.
And they've already been to the dark side and on their way back.
Okay.
And I heard the heat shield had a little bit of issues.
All right.
No.
Okay. Did Do you think they bring alcohol with them? Are they allowed to drink in space?
I doubt it.
You don't think so?
And probably not any left-handed cigarettes either, D-Man. Probably not.
That would probably be the easiest contraband to, smuggle if you're going to do that.
Well, I mean, as long as you're the only one in charge, there's nobody really on the moon to enforce that. So
that's right. You all have to be in on it. You know what I mean? All four of you have to be cool with it, right? Because
NASA's problem with it, but
they don't have to know. That's the thing.
That's true.
Yeah. So the situation with Artemis too that I wanted to bring to your attention there, G Funkadelic, is a simple matter that there was a problem with their pooper. They had an issue. Yeah, it was really bad. In fact, some say, shit happens, but they weren't having a good time with it, see, because there was some ice blockage, there was some urine blockage because some solid waste, we'll keep it clean on this show. So some liquid and solid issues started to freeze in the pipe, and they weren't able to flush the great poopah down the suction hose.
Ouch.
Although I remember, I think I heard a story about you going to the simulator of the bathroom thing, and you were in there for way too long, longer than comfort.
Well, whenever you are...
it's not a vacuum cleaner.
50, what used to be an automatic is now just a good faith effort,
That's right.
Doesn't always come out like you thought.
It might get stuck,
Hey, and of course, I would recommend a lot of water. You drink a lot of water, helps with that. Mm-hmm. But just, you got to be careful. How old are the astronauts, D-Man?
I hear the astronauts are doing well. I'm thinking that...
Are they young enough to not be having to deal with digestive issues?
I would imagine so. They're going to send them in space, without having some sort of Crohn's disease or
right.
Something like that.
Fast muster.
Could you imagine being that guy or gal? You're halfway between the launch pad and outer space, in orbit, right?
Normally it's not. It's really not. Normally it's brown.
But if you're going like 1,000 miles an hour and you're going straight up and you realize you hear in your stomach, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You going to unstrap?
I'm going to say, excuse me.
Or you just going to go, but you got to go. Suppose you got the trots. What do you do?
You just go and I think they probably covered this in training. They probably said, look, if you got to go, just keep it to yourself.
I would just hate to be sitting behind the dude that had the problem. You know what I'm saying? It was all that G, power, force, whatever, going to be coming down. It's going to hit you smack in the face.
There should be a 0% level of Crohn's disease, though, among astronauts.
Right.
D-Dog, right?
Right. So, but if you're going to sit behind the dude, you're going to beat his ass when you get to space because that's just not pleasant. That's not appropriate.
How would you like to be the one girl that has it? And then they're like, well, was that you? He's like, well, maybe not.
Right. Do you hear farts in space?
Well,
I guess you can inside the capsule, but maybe not outside.
So if you fart and nobody hears it, did you fart?
No.
That's a deeper question.
You just have to figure out who did it. It wasn't me.
Yeah, you just blame it on the dog.
That's right. Dog's back on Earth, but it's maybe left over. Followed you in the So the thing is here, though, it says by April 7th, the 8th or something like that, the toilet itself was basically working. But the vent problem had not been fully restored, and they were just thinking that the chemicals and the biofilm and everything else like that was just too much ice and too little pipe. So that's.
What if we just had a wider pipe, D-Dog?
Why not just back up to the side of the spaceship? I'm sure the outer space would suck at whatever you got to give to it. You know what I mean? Like straight in outer space. You could sit there. It'd be fun afterwards. Like, look at it floating by.
If you stuck it out the window, D-Dog, would space suck it out? That's a vacuum.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking you could just let your business go right out the little porthole on the side of the spaceship.
Yeah, excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me for being here.
I mean, now you're going to be littering outer space, and that's probably frowned upon.
I'm sure the Milky Way will object when it gets there. Now, I think there's plenty of space, though. There's plenty of room.
Now, what happens if anything gets out of the spaceship and you're thinking everything's cool? And maybe it stays there. You circle around the dark side of the moon, like you said, and you come back in the same path, and you happen to collide with whatever it is you put in space. And you need windshield wipers, right?
That would then you could just brag about how you got it.
That's a mess. Well, while we're cleaning up our attitude here, why don't we take a minute and let our good advertisers that have.
Thank you, McDonald's. I appreciate them.
Exactly. Your way, right away. Or is that Burger King?
Yeah.
It's the burger place.
I love it.
I'm loving it too. Let's hear from the advertisers. We'll be back in a minute. How's that sound, G-Funk?
Sounds good.
Awesome. We'll be right back.
Tired of cables that are too long, too short, poorly routed, or just not built for the job? Meet Hummel Cable Works. Whether you're cleaning up a network rack, wiring a workstation, connecting specialized equipment, or solving a frustrating installation problem, Hummel Cable Works builds custom cables designed around your exact setup. Choose the length, connectors, routing requirements, and application. And get a cable built to fit, with durable terminations, proper strain relief, and labeling options that help keep everything organized. And if you're not sure what you need, Hummel Cable Works also offers practical consulting to help with cable planning, routing, troubleshooting, and system cleanup. Stop adapting your setup to the wrong cable. Get the cable that's built for your setup. Visit HummelCableWorks.com and request a quote today. Hummel Cable Works. Reliable cables built to fit.
All right, fresh back from the break. We talked about our Artemis, but you know what's up next there, G-Funk?
What's that?
We're going to be talking about Minneapolis and adult bathhouses. That is for contention. And are you familiar with the story of the adult bathhouses in Minneapolis?
I'm not, but I just want to know, can Republicans participate?
I would imagine if you didn't tell them you were a Republican and maybe said something.
Out of the closet, Republicans participate? I guess that's a better question.
They just say something, negative about Trump, and then they'll let them right in. In fact, actually, no, you just don't have to say anything that makes any sense. And they'll let you in.
Okay.
They'll think you're one of them.
Even act angry and impersonate a Democrat. I could do that and then just fit right in.
Right. Bring a picture of somebody, that's wearing a MAGA shirt or something like that and yell at it and scream. You know what I mean? Cry.
And just talk about privilege all the time and say privilege.
Right. And tell them you need a safe space, and then they're going to let you in. To get the
I can do it.
Adult safe. Yeah, there you go. So this is hilarious. So Minneapolis has banned these adult bathhouses, a.k.a. sexual venues, since 1988. And they stopped it. Because it used to be a thing. I mean, bathhouses, they're probably popular in the Far East, but
the Swedish love bathhouses, and there's a bunch of Swedes up there.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of everything in Minneapolis.
That's right.
And but they shut it down in '88 because of the AIDS crisis. Now you remember the AIDS crisis? It was you didn't even want to go outside, much less unzip anything, right?
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah. I stayed away from cats and dogs and everything back then. It didn't matter. I just wasn't going to take any chances. But
and no monkeys by all means.
They were the worst. In fact, they would be asking for it. So the problem is they've gone away, and now since as of 2026, they're trying to consider legalizing and regulating them. Obviously, nobody's approved it yet, but they're actually, this is what the government of the great state of Minnesota has been doing. They've been wanting to restore these bathhouses, and sex clubs, but somehow people think it's not maybe a good idea, except for those who want to participate. Now they just need to find more participants. That's all.
Well, but how much revenue can it generate, man?
Well, I'm thinking any good revenue is good revenue. I mean, they can just tax it like they do everything else, right?
And they might be a little short of funds because what I've heard is that their Medicaid program is receiving zero funding until they stop being a sanctuary state.
Sometimes you got to take it in the ass.
They might need the money.
Right. They got to feed their kids too, right?
Everybody needs money. It is always scarce. Yes.
Yeah. So the whole idea behind these adult bathhouses is that, they can be a couple of different styles, right? They could be a sauna, they could be a steam room, a hot soaking pool, or a cold plunge. I don't know how a cold plunge is going to help things.
Is it a dry sauna or a wet sauna?
Probably gets there.
Just check and make sure you researched it. Okay.
I don't know that I'd want to participate. I mean, not that I would participate this in at all, but I'm just saying if I had to, I don't know a cold plunge would work for me. Would it work for you? Because I know you got super strength there. That's what I heard.
I've actually been to the Grove Park and the cold plunge was there, but I skipped that part and just did the hot thing. I couldn't do the cold plunge.
Yeah.
I checked it out.
It's like a Seinfeld thing, shrinkage. It's just not appetizing for all people.
It would shrink so much, George Costanza would be like, wow.
Thought I was bad. That's right.
Yeah, I thought I had it, but nope, you got it worse than me, kiddo.
So they're trying to make this happen. There's the faint of heart that are trying to stay away from the sexualness of it, but there's not a whole lot they can do about it when everybody shows up and they sit naked in the bathhouse together. And how do you? So tell me something. Like I said, I've never been to one of these places. I'll never go to one of these places, but I'm interested though, because when you remember when you were younger, you used to go out and you used to go to nightclubs, right? And
you could check all the boxes when you go to this place.
But you have to have some sort of an icebreaker, right? When
okay.
So you've gone to one of these adult bathhouses. You're sitting there steaming, sweating your brains out with the man parts everywhere, and you're single. Maybe you're looking to take part in this rigmarole that happens at these sort of places. And you don't know anybody, but you sit next to a woman and say, just assuming that you're a single man just out looking for some companionship. What would be something a gentleman might say? I don't know, a gentleman might go into these places, but if you're a male, what would you say?
I would always start out with, what's a good looking girl like you doing in a place like this?
Has that ever worked?
Right. And then she'll say, well, I don't normally come here. And I say, well, I don't either.
But you will tonight. Oh, man. So
no, you don't normally come here, but.
There is the but, and it's right there. So
you look nice. That's about all I got. Yeah.
What if the room is too dark, and it's light enough? I mean, some cases that might help things, you know what I mean? Because we've been to nightclubs before, and the darker it is, the drunker you are, the better the prospects.
Yeah, all dudes look like 10s. It's great.
Right. Drunkenness and darkness help.
A pile of rocks will be an 8, right? You're like, okay, that's an 8.
Right.
A pile of rocks is an 8.
But here's the difference, though. When you leave a nightclub, the lights come on, you see what you've really been doing all night long as far as, progress, and you have a chance to bail. You can leave the nightclub and say, hey, you want to go Waffle House? And then meet me around the corner. Is my car over there? I'm going to grab a jacket. And, of course, when you're grabbing your jacket, you bolt. If you're just, the lights come on and you just realize you made a mistake, you've been drinking a little bit too much, right? You can't.
She might 5 all-star breakfasts from Waffle House. That'd be a problem.
Right. But you can't do that at a bathhouse, because if the lights have gone off, I'm sure they serve booze or you bring your own or whatever, and you get into doing, your hanky-panky, and, afterwards everything's all over and done with, the lights come on, and then you look around and go, oh, shit. I didn't know I was doing that. How do you recover from that one?
Well, no, I would just give her a fake phone number and I don't know there.
But you already did. Now you got to go home and scrub and pray.
It would all. Let me think about this.
See, this is a doozy, isn't it?
So look, I have a sweating issue. I got to leave. I really. My doctor told me to sweat less, and I got to go.
Or what if
a lot of people with me, with her,
right? Yeah. But suppose though that all the sweating from the being in a sauna causes maybe a little bit extra mucus to go everywhere, and you're realizing, wow, I'm kind of nauseous. It's hard to. The point is that these adult bathhouses, I see a lot of things going wrong really quick. What do you think?
I see a lot of bad. I don't like them. I think it's dangerous.
I think they're good on paper.
Yeah, but when execution happens, it's just bad.
Right.
Bad.
Because, at the end of the night, last call, 2:00 in the morning, the lights come on, you look around at whatever and you're like, what the hell is that? You don't know what that is when it's dark.
You cross over there and you're like, what happened?
Right. Was that me? Was that you? I sure hope so.
Like, no, that was you, dude. I had nothing to do with that.
Impressive, though. That ceiling fan up there is not going to work ever again. Anyway.
Oh, bless them. I don't know. That's going to be tough. That's a tough sell.
If they're making a profit, my hat's off to them. I mean, because somebody had to think it up, and then they got to execute. You got to pull the cord and see what happens. So, Bottom line, no pun intended. Currently, there are no bathhouses in Minneapolis, but not right now. But possible legislation in progress, and several high-end communal bathing and sauna experiences are available now, which basically means that you pay a lot to get in. There's a happy ending, and all politicians are welcome. I bet Walls Balls is over there right now. Do you think?
What about Balls? The guy that was, you said Walls Balls?
Tim Walls.
Oh, if Tim's going to be there, that would definitely attract, some. He's got a follow. I mean, I know he's a knucklehead, but, he's got a following.
What about the mayor of Minneapolis?
Oh, yeah, they might like him, too. Yeah, the guy that said, get the F out of Minneapolis.
Because he's quite a smack talker.
He does, and he could also show where he's open to all persuasions, being in a bathhouse, being a man of the people.
Right. He'll make everybody happy, I guess. Say again.
Who is the mayor of Minneapolis?
The mayor of Minneapolis. What is his name? It's coming to me.
Stuff when I'm talking. So let's see here.
What's his name? He's a dark-haired guy. He looks like he's about 12 years old. Oh, Jacob Fry is his name.
Thank you. Yep. He's
been in office since 2018. He was reelected back in 2020. He's the 48th mayor of Minneapolis.
Young fella. What's he like? 35?
I thought he was 17 or something like that. I think he's still in high school.
Yeah, I think he's still popping his zits. Yeah, I think he's still acting.
Well, at those adult bathhouses, he's popping something.
Well, that's true. And then go along to get along, kiddo.
What do you think keeps that hair curly?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. They don't call me Captain Minneapolis for nothing.
No, they don't, man.
Mm-hmm. I put the coal in cold plunge.
Fry stuff up. Fry it, baby. Fry it.
That's right. Flip it, smack it, rub it down. Oh! Oh, man. Well, let's
take a break.
Let's take a break from this and run as fast as we can, because this story is going nowhere quick, and it is like the big black hole that nobody wants to get stuck in. And again, not another pun, but it sucks. Oh, another pun. Let's take a break and we'll be back. Is life not working out for you? Do you get in arguments a lot? Do you get told no a lot? Or maybe you get in a lot of fights. If you get in a lot of fights and you get a lot of no's, or you just get a lot of angriness pointed your way, here are some helpful tips. Number 1, shut up. Number 2, put your head in a bucket of ice. Number 3, go for a walk. Number 4, shut up. Number 6, shut up. The best thing you can do to get yourself out of a situation you probably shouldn't be in is to zip it. Nothing gets you out of more trouble than zipping the lips. This is a public service message from the 50 Shades of Beer podcast. And yes, I skipped number 5, because number 5, well, it's obvious. Shut up. Have a nice day. All right, back for this third and final segment of the 50 Shades of Beer podcast. We have an assignment due. I know you all have been waiting long and, well, very patiently, I'm sure, and at the edge of your seat. This new segment, we're going to, it's G-Man's turn, the G-Funkadelic, if you will. He is going to tell us things men shouldn't do. G-Funk, what you got for me?
Okay, let's start with number 1.
All right.
Never stop learning or growing.
I can appreciate that.
Never become stagnant. Failing to continue learning or improving yourself leads to complacency.
Yeah, you're going to the bottom of the ocean on this one.
Yeah, well, that's the number 1.
All right.
So I know some of you guys might be Gen Xers.
Mm-hmm.
you've thought to yourself, well, I've learned all I can learn. There's always more stuff to learn. You might need to learn a new instrument. You might need to learn a new skill. You can still have your old job. What do you think about it, D-Man?
What if you have the attitude of, I don't need to learn it. It can learn me. You know what I mean? Like,
that's fun. You were created to keep learning. It's just good for that. Unless you want to get on Prevagen and just give up, I think you need to keep learning.
I could agree with that. I mean, we're learning things every time or every day. I mean, just like the bathhouses of the last segment.
Bingo. Yeah.
We learn. We learn what we shouldn't do, and that's probably that. But hey, keep growing, keep learning. I can appreciate that. I like micro learning. You micro learn?
I am a very curious person, and I like to learn at least something new every day.
Yeah.
I
like bullet point learning.
Me too.
When you go on and on to the point where we're talking about maybe 80 different paragraphs of how to open a car door, it's a little much.
Yes.
But I do like learning a new way to open a car door,
Right, yeah. Open up a door, 4-minute segment. That's it.
There it is. All right. What else you got for us?
2. All right. Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Men should never sacrifice dignity for approval. Guys, we're all guilty of this.
Mm-hmm.
Do not compromise your self-respect or values just to be liked by others, whether in personal or professional settings. I was surprised to see the old professional part added to that, because there's no shame in my game. I tend to just do whatever. But I think a lot of people are people pleasers and don't know it. You need to resist that.
You resist that?
Don't be much of a people pleaser.
Okay. So you're saying pleasing people too much is not a good thing. Is that what you're saying?
But it's good for the people you're pleasing, but bad for the individual doing it. Yes.
I see. So you're trading off a little bit of your own humility when
Correct.
You over please. I see.
And it actually is not good for you or really the person you're pleasing, because it's not genuine, right?
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
That's number 2. Let me know when.
Yep. All right. That's good stuff. What do you got for number 3?
All right. A man should never cheat. It says cheat on your partner. I'm just going to go ahead and say cheat on your wife.
Yeah.
I realize a lot of options today. Let's see. Never break trust through infidelity. It destroys relationships and your own reputation. So this goes back to kind of the Bible. Don't cheat on your spouse.
Yeah. It's never a good thing.
Bad idea.
Right. You'll end up in a bathhouse.
Yeah. And we're not stupid. We know this goes on, but we just avoid it if you can.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about Iran and the Middle East and all that kind of stuff. Where it comes to infidelity, you know what the biggest difference is between the Middle East and America?
What's that?
In the Middle East, if you commit adultery, you get stoned. Did you know that?
Yep, that's an attention getter. I did hear about that. Yes.
Right. But in America, it's backwards. First you get stoned, then you commit adultery.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it, D-Dog. I like that. So in our case, the stoning causes the infidelity. In the case of Iran, the infidelity causes the stoning.
That's right. So
they got reverse it.
You got reversed it.
Yeah, got it, man.
That's right.
All right. Well, that's number 3.
That's number 3. All right. Let's hear number 4.
Right. Men should never neglect physical or mental health. Do not ignore your body or mind, as these are foundational for a productive life.
Who are you calling crazy?
Yeah. Well, I think most of us ignore this, but we probably shouldn't. That's why we have doctors.
Right.
Refocus the mind.
Have you ever felt like you're nuts?
Yes. Yes. Sometimes I do. I feel like I might be nuts.
I do.
Yeah.
And it's usually after about half an hour of talking to myself.
Yeah. And then I said, well, I am pretty much crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes Alexa thinks I'm nuts. She was listening to me, but didn't tell me. And she goes, we need to talk.
You know what I do every time Alexa starts getting smart with me and starts mouthing off? I unplug that bitch.
I like that. Just to show her, there's a hierarchy.
That's right. I'm in charge.
You don't. You work for me.
Right. There's consequences.
Man. All right. That's 4. You ready for 5, D-Dog?
Hit it.
Men should never burn bridges. Avoid ruining relationships when leaving a job or ending a friendship. as you never know when paths will cross again. What do you think of
Indeed. Now, I'm glad
Yeah.
you cleared that up, because if you just left it at burned bridges, then I would say, well, what's Trump been doing the last few weeks? He's been doing
That's
nothing
a-
but burning bridges.
Right.
I'm going to edit that out. Sorry. So, yeah, Trump has been doing nothing but burning bridges, but you added that extra little something, the little seasoning on top. You know?
Context. Yeah.
You don't want to burn bridges with people, because, you throw a boomerang, you don't throw it right, it comes back and gets you in the tush.
All right. How about number 6?
All right, number 6.
Men should never disrespect families/parents. Never, and then I'm going to give you some context. Never act rudely toward the people who raised you or supported you, particularly in times of need. I think this also gets back to the Bible saying, honor thy father and mother. Notice I put the thy in there to sound smart. So, what do you think?
That was very, very,
I.
very, a lot of cataclysm. You know what? I like thy. We don't use thy enough. Thy parents, and I agree with you. By the way, the sentiment of kids should respect their parents.
Absolutely.
Because that doesn't happen anymore. Well, it does, but very, very rarely.
Our children, if we have it, which we might not.
How many times have you gone to a Dollar General and you see some kid in there just mouthing off to his mother, calling her names and throwing bananas at her or whatever else like that? I don't know, whatever you can grab, I suppose. Toys and bicycles, and just beating that, whatever out of their mother, just being out of control. And you think back to the Gen X, maybe that's what we need to get back to. The Gen Xers, they had their fannies worn for them, usually by their fathers. And I think that the fathers, in a lot of situations not around, it's kind of tough. So, it's.
Well, if you're there in that same grocery store, see, 40 years ago, the mom would have said, well, you just wait till I tell your dad about this.
Oh, yeah, it was over.
And then it would have been uppity, and then he gone from up to down. He'd been like, never mind.
I was just kidding.
We'll save that.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, you know what, Mom? You're right. I was wrong. Why don't we forget all about this? Listen, I'm going to do the dishes and the laundry when we get home. Just shut the fuck up when it comes to Dad.
All right. You ready for 7?
Yeah, let's do it. Number 7.
Men, never take your partner for granted. Never treat a significant other as an afterthought or fail to appreciate them. Here again, for our purposes, this is men. Probably don't take your wife for granted.
Okay.
It can happen sometimes. Try to avoid that. Another biblical top 10.
That is definitely, truer words couldn't be spoken. I mean, you never ever want to do bad by your spouse unless there's a prenup. If you got a prenup, you're going to get all your money back. Then you can say whatever you want.
But traditionally, your spouse is a part of you, so you treat your spouse like your right arm. You wouldn't want to stab it in the back unless you're upset with it.
Right.
You might want to stab your arm in the back. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know what? When you do wrong by your spouse, they find ways to do wrong by you.
Yeah. Messing over your spouse is like messing over yourself.
Yep.
It's pretty much the same. It nails you right in the nose.
It's like putting your head in a belt that's strapped to a ceiling and kicking your own chair out from underneath you. It's not good. You shouldn't do that.
That's right.
Adverse consequences.
You ready for number 8?
Hit it.
Men should never avoid responsibility, i.e. blame others. Do not blame circumstances or other people for your own mistakes and failures. I, of course, have never done that. Whew. So glad.
Who does that?
I wouldn't even know. Does anybody do that?
I've never even thought of it before until now.
Man, goodness.
Apparently, it's a thing.
That's not me. Whew. All right. We're good. Number 9.
Number 9. Hit it.
All right. Men, do not chase someone uninterested. Do not waste time and dignity chasing someone who does not reciprocate your feelings.
That's almost, that reminds me of all of us, back in the 90s.
Yeah. At Night Works, and they go, we're really not interested. And we're like, yeah, you are. You could be.
Well, we have to tell the audience here. So Nightworks was the Roxbury of the 90s in South Carolina. Okay. If you can imagine a place called Night at the Roxbury, well, it was a night at Nightworks. And people dressed the same, danced the same, and everything else. And it was basically a night of chasing other people around for the hopes of, having the meaningful conversation that might turn into a Saturday morning. But as Robin Williams would do, sometimes when it's Sunday morning, after a night of dancing and drinking and whatever else like that, you wake up in the morning, you roll over and you say, "Good morning. Who are you?"
That is never were truer words ever uttered.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's true.
That's right. But
all right, how about number 10? Are we ready?
Oh, hold on. All right, do it. I'm ready.
Men, never give up on goals. Never abandon your dreams, goals, or ambitions, even in the face of failure or rejection.
Okay.
That is a toughie. Ooh, that's a toughie.
So
I am giving up on that one. Ugh.
What if you're a younger man and you've got dreams and your father looks at you and says, "You're an idiot. You'll never do that. You shouldn't do that. Being a plastic surgeon, you're a dumbass. Ain't going to ever happen." And you tell your dad, stick it, and you're going to do it anyway. I mean, how do you negotiate that one?
Every successful business is started by somebody that had a passion for something. He wasn't interested. It was a passion. Mm-hmm. And you follow that. Tell your dad to shove it up his butt.
But suppose your dad's right, though. You just don't know it.
Then don't look for another job until as long as you got a job. Don't quit your job until you look for another one. I give you that one.
My father gave me true advice, right? It was always real. If I said to Dad, "Look, Dad, I'm going to be Superman when I grow up." As a little kid, he'd say, "Well, son, it's hard to fly around. And quite frankly, it's kind of strange, wearing, blue spandex with a big S on it, with a cape running around town. It's going to,
okay. Yeah, it's red.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's going to upset some people.
Yeah.
But, after so much arguing, I'd wear my dad down. Right. And he would say, "Okay, fine. You want to get up on the roof and try to fly? Go ahead." Well, it was all the way up there. I was like, if flying didn't work out, it might not be a good idea. So I tried it in the backyard, and sure enough, I got my Superman. And keep in mind, I'm like 6 or 7 years old at the time.
Yeah.
And my dad said, "If you can fly out of the backyard, you can fly off the roof or anywhere you want." So I did.
Yeah.
Do it. I tried. You know what happened? I realized my dad was right. I can't do anything I want to do. I can do what my gifts allow me to do.
Follow the gifts.
Follow the gifts. Amen.
Amen.
Preach it, brother.
Oh man, gifts are good. Your gifts were given to you. Your what do we call that? Your weaknesses were also given to you. So do the gifts.
Right. Now, if you're absolutely certain you can fly, then by all means go to the top of a tall building and go for it.
If you're certain.
But make sure I'm not down on the sidewalk below when you try it. Okay. I just don't want to be there.
That's right.
Did you know that in light of, and I know you're going to find this hard to believe there, G-Funk, but in the light of all this Iranian war stuff, there's been a lot of Democrats that have been, less than enthused and happy about what's been going on with Trump and his doings in Iran. Chris Murphy, you know who Chris Murphy is?
I believe he's Connecticut's senator.
Yeah, he wrote, "GOP leaders need to stop him. Never mind that he's blowing up bridges." See, I told you he's blowing up bridges. "Never mind that he's blowing up bridges and power plants and killing innocent Iranians. Won't reopen the strait. It's also a clear war crime." So suddenly he is an expert on war crime. How do you square that one?
Well, I'll square it this way. I would tell my Republican friends, this is what a man should also never do. This is actually number 11. Never accept advice from the enemy. When the enemy says you should do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
And the enemy, Chris Murphy, is advising Republicans on what they should do for him.
Yeah.
That means whatever Chris Murphy tells you to do the opposite.
Well, it's like what DeSantis said about New York and California. "Florida is great because I do the opposite."
Bingo. There it is.
Yeah. Now, Ro Khanna's another joy, right? He's another golden nugget.
He'll say something I agree with once in a blue moon, but 90% of what he says is nuts.
Yeah. He does get some skin on the ball every now and then. And he said, to have a tweet this morning cursing out and threatening war crimes, to be saying that we've destroyed the ballistic missile capacity of Iran, and yet having troops flying over that are being shot at, we need to stop and end this war now. We need an immediate ceasefire. Israel, Iran, and the United States need to stop bombing and have a negotiated settlement, Khanna said. Now, I hate to be the one in the room with the stupid comment, but isn't that what Trump said from the beginning, that he didn't want to do any of this and he wants to have a resolution for peace?
Yes.
Because I think I might have missed it. And if I missed it, well, we've cleared it up just now. How do we get all these folks who missed it, apparently?
Because the Democrats would rather have America lose and they benefit politically than have America win and them suffer politically. They don't put country over party. I'm not saying the Republicans are perfect with it.
No.
But you realize, take a loss on your side if the country wins.
But I remember when Democrats used to be for or pro America.
Yeah, in the 90s.
That was their message. Yeah. And quite frankly, there were moderate Democrats that I could align with because they weren't crazy.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being a little bit of left of center. There's nothing wrong with being a little right of center. But
not nutsies.
Exactly. When you're crazy, that's when it goes too far. When I have to join a cult and have, religious hour every 5 seconds, and I might not be that religious, well, that might be a little crazy. If I have to go and dye my hair purple and pink and yellow and have my man parts cut off or sewn to my forehead because that's what the left is wanting to do, well, that's crazy too.
Very true.
All I'm saying is that, I just believe, this is my personal opinion, I know I'm stupid, but I'm just thinking maybe we could just let each other be. You be you, I be me, and I'm going to be where I'm at. It's like Eddie Murphy said.
I'm going to be where I'm at.
I'm going to be where I'm at. It seems like since 2004, since the advent of, well, let's face it, Facebook and the rest of social media and everything else, where everybody had a platform, everybody has to, like right now, for example, we have our platform of the podcast. Yeah. And
exactly.
So we have our we can do whatever we want. But my point exactly is that everybody has to have 15 minutes in the sun. Everybody has to have their word. Everybody has to matter.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Everybody's got. Sometimes I got two. But it's we all live in this age where we have to sit in judgment among others. There was you ever seen that movie Footloose?
I have.
Yep. And the pastor played by John.
The 70s played on that one too.
Oh, what the hell's his name? I gotta look him up.
He's got a skid mark for a haircut right there.
John, what the hell's his name? Footloose, dad, name, actor.
He was 70s show too. He was the dad in there.
Yeah, he was. Damn it. I'm going to have to edit this part out, but we're going to get to the name of the dude. John something or other. John Lithgow. Okay. John Lithgow, he said in that movie, go and sit in judgment on yourselves, not on others.
That I agree with that.
So getting back to your theology from earlier, wouldn't you agree that that's good mantra to have for yourself, as opposed to sitting around and saying, well, this is what you should be doing and you're not doing it right, like Mr. Mom, you're doing it wrong. Why not?
You need to remove the plank in your own eye before you remove the speck of dust in your neighbor's eye.
Right.
You got a giant own freaking eye and you can't even see in front of you. Rip that out first.
I agree. He who throws the first stone.
Well, that too. But you don't judge others. You are such a misfit yourself. Focus on you. That's right.
Didn't Jesus say we're all born of sin?
Correct, except for him. Of course, he's the one.
Now, I'll let our audience know that for years, G-Funk over here has been trying to lead the D-Man here the path of righteousness. And he doesn't think I've been listening to a damn thing he's been saying all these years. But hey, every now and then I do listen, and I do my homework. And just because the older I get, more I'm thinking, you know what, I probably should get my act together. Because at some point I got to explain myself at the pearly gates.
That's right.
That's right.
We're going to there too. He is. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yep. Jesus is gonna be like, or God's gonna be like,
really?
You want to explain the '90s? I'll be like, well,
we got a solution for that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, what's that?
Somebody died on a cross in let's see, about close to 2,000 years before that pays for all that.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, you just got done saying a few minutes ago we're not supposed to blame others. The first thing I was going to do is blame you.
Right, there it is. Well,
God, I'm sorry about the 90s. Oops. It's G-Funk's fault.
That's right. Could be my fault. Never know.
Speaking of fault, there was a woman that went overboard on a dinghy in the Bahamas.
Oh man!
I'm thinking.
Knew it was coming.
That she didn't have lunch money or something, because here's what happened. I'll give you the quickie of the story.
Okay.
And this is the way it was reported. They were leaving for Elbow Key around 7:30 at night on their boat. And the Abaco Islands, I think I'm pronouncing Abaco.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Correct. I was just giving you the right pronunciation.
Thank you, sir. I want to get it right. Now, they were on their way, and dude says when he got a hold of the police or whatever, he said the wife was on the dinghy. She fell overboard with the keys to the dinghy in her pocket. Why she was in a dinghy away from the boat with the keys in her pocket? Okay, let's pretend that happened. Maybe she was playing Marco Polo, only they weren't in the water. She was in a dinghy trying to go around the boat. And I don't know, maybe there were some game they learned at a Minneapolis bathhouse. But anyway, she just decided that she was going to, well, she didn't decide. She just fell in. And he said she just floated away. Couldn't, just watched her drift out to sea.
I have a question.
Ask me.
Is it possible
Yes.
for him to see her touching a dinghy? It's not his.
We're not talking about the bathhouse.
Right. But her touching somebody else's dinghy, and then he floats her out. See,
I think so. I think she got on the wrong dinghy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Ringy dinghy.
And isn't my dinghy? Somebody else's dinghy.
Like, why are you touching that dinghy? That's not your dinghy. Your dinghy's over here. What he said. And then he said, "You see this handle right here? Catch."
Say hi to the sharks.
That's right. Throw some chum in the water. Oh.
Okay.
So that's the story.
Yeah.
Do you buy it?
I think she probably was a loose end.
Well, do you think she just floated off? I mean, suppose the G-Funk's wife got in the water. She fell over, and you saw her floating in the water, and she just, I mean, how fast are you going to, be taken up to sea, for one?
So, as any husband that didn't want his bride to be deceased, you would have jumped after her and brought her forward.
That's what I'm thinking. And
so what he did is he said, I wonder how far she can float away before the Bahamian police arrive. Because they are sharp.
Especially with chum in the water.
They're like, oh, what's that little tug, and Jaws got her.
Yeah. Sometimes, it happens. I mean, because maybe he was...
They're all napping over there because their shift's over. So, never know. I might be able to pull this off.
Yeah. Maybe he was drunk out of his mind, and he had a big tumbler like I do here with some sort of beverage in it. And there you go. Something like that. And, I got to edit the shit out of this damn podcast. Anyway, suppose he is just totally looped, and his wife falls in the water, and he's just standing there with his tumbler in front of him, like, she goes kerplunk, and then she starts splashing around, and he just, for whatever reason, sometimes, your brain just doesn't work. You're like, I need to go do that. I need to go save my wife, but for some reason or another, my body's not reacting. And maybe he was doing that. Maybe he had some sort of a brain fart going on, and he's just going, "What's the matter?" And he's going,
There's dog. There's one thing you forgot.
"Oh, what happened?"
Well, they say that they actually examined his iPhone
Yeah.
a few days before, and he's got searches like, how to kill your wife, how to put her in the ocean before she floats up, those kind of things. I wonder if that plays a role.
Do you think maybe he, the boat, maybe he started the propeller, you know what I mean? Try to grind her up with a propeller.
Well,
He's like,
he was probably doing that for his friend. Was that for a friend? That was probably for a friend.
probably.
It wasn't for him.
No.
That was for a friend that needed a wife. So he probably didn't kill her. Okay. All right.
Well, the mother's, the woman's daughter was on TV today. She looks like she's eaten one too many paint chips.
Okay.
I even said to Mrs. Big D, I said, that kid seems like somewhat of a dimwit. And she's like, well, poor kid's mother just got, floated off in the middle of the ocean. How can you make fun of a kid like that? And I said, well,
it happened a while back. Yeah.
But but just the way she was talking, it just didn't seem like a kid that was distraught about her mother floating off into another. She's just like, well, yeah, there was abusive things going on before. And the interviewer's like, well, do you think there's any, pattern of, physical abuse? He goes, yeah, I think so. Well, do you think that something bad was happening with this? Yeah. Now, if that was your mother, wouldn't you be a little bit more upset than that?
Absolutely.
Would you be doing TV interviews? I probably wouldn't.
And I would not be doing it with blue hair.
Yeah. Yeah. In a nose ring.
All that.
Right. I think the kid did it. See, this is, we're going to have to explain the 90s and this podcast to the Lord.
All right, dude. Are we off air?
Not yet.
I'll tell you something.
It's going to take me forever to edit this shit. So, all right. So let me give you the details here. They were en route, on their boat, and she went bubbling away, and dude, I guess did everything he could, while he's sitting there drinking. He's like, damn, there goes my wife floating away with the keys in her pocket.
Fire department.
Right. So he did. He called Sheriff John Brown. John Brown showed up after his nap, and he said, yeah, man, it looked like she's gone. And he says, okay, we're going back home. And that's it.
That's it.
So
can't have it without a witness.
Exactly. So to the woman in the Bahamas that went for the almighty swim, we'll see you next time. So anyhow, do you have any departing words for our subjects tonight? Artemis, toilet poo-poo problems, the bathhouse, jibber jammer, and the things men shouldn't do segment, as well as the meltdown and all that stuff, and with the Dems and the overboard drunkenness. What do you think?
I think that go on.
The show must go on. That's right.
Always go on. That's it.
Always go on. Okay. Always go on.
Upward and upward.
Onward and upward. I like that. You know what my T-shirt says? Look at this.
Bert. Bert divert.
That's the cook on the Muppets. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That Dutch cook. That's what my shirt says. It says Vert.
He's Belgian or something. I think he is. He's
from the Netherlands. He trained with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
More nose hair than anybody does. That's right.
Right. And when he doesn't understand, he says, Vert the fur,
Yeah, Vert.
Right. He doesn't cuss, though. Anyway.
All right.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here, G-Funk. We appreciate you joining in. Are you able to tell us where you are tonight? Or
let's see. Out of country.
Yeah.
I'm on the Cuban Islands, but just don't tell me.
You're on the Cuban Islands. Are you doing another one of your deployments for Her Majesty's Secret Service?
I'm actually me and the Castros. I'm trying to negotiate for Rubio.
For Rubio? Oh, you're the special envoy. Good man. Do one for your country, man.
That's all I can tell you. That I can't get into details.
All right. Well, you do what you got to do, man. Make the deal.
The deal's done.
The deal's done.
Have you heard?
The deal was done years ago, man. You just fucked it up some more, didn't you?
Pretty much. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it. Going to be it. Yep, that's going to be it for our episode 5 of the 50 Shades of Beer podcast. We will see you next time for episode 6. Stay tuned for that. Look out for that coming up. We will see you next time. G-Funk next time.
Sounds good, man.
Peace out. Later.